Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Entrepreneur Middle East. We're back with yet another couple of episodes of the Visionaries powered by Publsh. And with me this morning is a very special guest, is Mr. Yogesh Bulchandani. He's the founder and CEO of Sunrise Capital. What a pleasure having you here today.
Thank you. Such a lovely introduction.
I was trying my best. How's everything? How's your morning?
Very well. Morning's as fantastic as it can be.
Are you an early bird usually?
Absolutely.
The money doesn't sleep, as they say, right?
Money sleeps, money's awake, but you got to keep working and relentlessly, I feel, especially in terms of how the market's shaping up today.
Of course. So before we enter all the market discussions, I want to take you all the way back in time, obviously. I want to find out who you are as a person and how has your life journey been. So if you can tell us a little bit about yourself, about your past, and lead up to basically how you've become one of the top entrepreneurs here in the region in the real estate market.
Very gracious of you to say that. Thank you. So my journey has been nothing short of a roller coaster. I've spent a big chunk of my life in Mumbai, moved to Dubai in 2004, went to school here. Then after that, went to university in Boston, spent 4.5, 5 years there. Came back, sort of didn't know what to do and what field do I want to get into. But growing up, I wanted to be an architect. Didn't pursue it as a professional degree, but I genuinely feel I'm living my dream because now I get to work with the best architects in the industry and you get to learn so much from them. So came back in 2014, started our first development in 2017. And here we are today.
I feel like you were also in the perfect timing here.
We'd been investing in real estate for a while, and getting into development was one of the things that was there on our to-do list. And as the opportunity presented itself, we definitely dived into it head on, and it's been absolutely fruitful.
Nice.
Beyond delivering multiple projects, it's when I see a client truly happy. We don't like to say we deliver apartments, but it's really the clients that buy an apartment and make it their home, right?
Yes.
So the way you see their face light up at handover, that truly gives me a lot of joy.
And it's not an easy job, though.
Absolutely not. It's not an easy job, unforgiving, because meeting up to a client's expectations is never easy.
Of course. And would you say that, Dubai is that playground for architects and for contractors?
Oh my God, definitely.
Yeah.
If you compare how real estate goes everywhere else in the world and you see how it works in Dubai, I feel this is an absolute playground for developers, for architects, because the idea from vision to paper to execution, the turnaround time is astonishing in this city, and you have the opportunity to do whatever you want to do in terms of your vision can be as wild as you like, and if you have the will to execute it,
there's space for you.
The city empowers you to do it.
Yeah.
It's not that there's a lot more beyond space, right? They encourage you to think outside the box and to do things differently over and over and over again.
And it's crazy that they just have that formula that works no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter what projects you want to build. You have a formula.
Absolutely. You can be from any walk of life. I mean, I have an immense passion for this industry, and the things that I have learned just being on the job relentlessly. I don't have a professional architecture degree, but I can have a full-blown conversation with an architect because
you're in the details.
Because I've spent my time on site in an architect's office, not in fancy meeting. That's why I've learned and refined my skill a little bit.
Beautiful. Learning on the go. That's always the best, and through experiences. So tell me, Sunrise Capital, how did that come to be?
I wanted to deliver projects that are really different, and whichever area we operate out of, we like to set benchmarks in the space that we operate out of. The first development that we did in Arjan was called Legend. by sunrise. And the lobby was about 3,000 square feet. And when I was sitting with the architects, pressing that I want the lobby to be a certain way, I want it to be larger than life. And
which back then was weird.
exactly. And the architect kept pressing on the point that you can probably add 2 more apartments here. So that's more than
we can make more money.
more than 1.5, 2 million gone in sales. But then I was very adamant on that point, because the experience that a client enters a building starts from the reception. It doesn't start when they're about to open the door to their apartment. So we really like to take care of how a client feels when they enter the reception, all the way leading up to their home, and then they, of course, they've made their apartment their home.
But seeing also how passionate and I would say picky you are about all these things, was it difficult for you in a way to form your team? Because I suppose you've had long interviews and long analysis processes, especially with stakeholders. Like, how do you make sure that you have the right team next to you to deliver these things?
That's been one of the most challenging aspects so far. I've handpicked every person in my team, and I've had interview with some of the members for 4, 5, 6 hours. More than qualification absolutely is important, but more than that, I also feel vibe is a very important aspect, and I feel people don't concentrate on a person's vibe.
I'm so happy you said that. I'm so happy you said that, because the amount of times I'm trying to get people jobs here and I send through their CV and like, oh, you see, they're not in public relations, they're in marketing. Yes, but it's a very similar concept. Hear them out, see their energy.
Absolutely.
See who they are as people. It's the most important thing, because in problem solving, sure, everybody can have technicalities on their CV, but the way they act and the way they're going to behave.
Exactly.
So thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
It's very important.
That's a very, very important factor for me, to make sure that at the end of the day, I'm spending 10 hours, 12 hours at work.
70% of our life.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So predominantly, majority of my awake day is at work. And if I'm not enjoying, or the people are not enjoying me, or it's not a happy, fun environment at office, people don't want to leave office. And that's the environment I'm truly happy to bring to
100%.
my workspace and with the whole team.
Right, right. Would you say that it's one of the main pillars that you have as, you know, a CEO and a founder? Like, what sort of things are important to you? And what sort of vision do you have? What sort of aura do you want in your office?
We'll get to the vision bit. But aura, I think, is so important. People are just, I feel they concentrate on checks, balances, CVs. I mean, life is so much beyond the checks and balances. And at the end of the day, we want the client to experience the product the same way, or with the same dedication we built it with. And you cannot explain that on a piece of paper. It's how you're greeted at the door. We have ample number of first-time home buyers. So we try to make sure that the experience is wonderful when they're trusting us with the huge responsibility of their first home. A sale is not concluded for us when we've just handed over the key. Our relationship has just begun, especially at that point. Of course, you sign the papers, the SPA is done, the person's purchased the apartment, relation begins then. But after sales service, making sure that any need of the client is attended to. Even after a year, the DLP period's over, we are always present on site to make sure a client's not satisfied with any aspect in the building.
Right. And you did mention in the beginning that you wanted to create something that's different. But I want to ask you, how difficult is it to be different in Dubai?
It is so difficult because
everything exists,
exactly,
right?
like we were speaking about my first project, and we did a big lobby and fancy lobby, and long story short, that's the norm these days. You know, people really want to accentuate their lobbies, and so you have to keep finding new ways. You have to move forward with time. You have to keep inculcating new elements into your projects. And it's more than, I don't believe in having 40, 50, 60 amenities in a building, because truly, if you listen to your client, they probably need 5 or 6 amenities, and you've made more than 95% of the people living in the building beyond happy. right?
Like have a pool, have a gym.
So those are the aspects that we really like to take care of. Pool, gym, cinema.
You have a cinema?
We have a cinema.
No way.
Yeah, we have a cinema. You can go
only for the residents.
Only for the residents.
That's
only for the
incredible.
residents. If they want to go watch a football match with their friends, they can.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Where are your buildings located? Tell me.
Our 2 projects are located in Urjan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is a beautiful area.
Yeah. Beautiful.
It's quiet, it's peaceful.
Quiet, peaceful, no traffic.
Yeah.
Easy in and out.
And it's pretty green as well.
Absolutely.
Which is what I love about it. Cool stuff. So tell me now, what sort of missions and visions do you have prepared, for the company? Obviously, I feel like you've reached a point now after, 7-8 years that you're where you want to be. Mm-hmm. But I assume there's way more ahead. What sort of,
As we keep getting into new developments or new passion projects, I keep getting more understanding of what my passion is bringing to the table. And I realized this, that I don't want to be the biggest developer in Dubai, but I definitely want to be the best. And all decisions that we make, consciously or subconsciously, are only directed towards that direction. And we are inching closer every day, step by step. I mean, you from ground floor, you can't just skip to the 180th floor. So every day we move, if nothing, an inch closer towards our vision and mission of being the best and wanting the best for our clients.
Right. And I mean, nobody can be perfect, but we can be as close to perfection as possible,
Absolutely.
right? What does perfect mean for you? Obviously, client satisfaction, I think, is the most important thing for you, right? Creating that home.
Creating a home, delivering a project on time.
Which is not easy from what I know.
Absolutely not. Because a developer can only do as much. Beyond that, there are so many external factors. We are developing a project, we are getting a contractor on board, so we are relying heavily on the capabilities and the execution of the contractor. And we make sure we have checks and balances to make sure that everything moves on track. But there are ample external factors to hamper that very important aspect of delivery.
Right.
But we always try to make sure that we have those aspects well taken care of.
Right. Especially, I think, when you start selling off plan, like, you need to make
Absolutely.
sure
Because everybody,
100%.
any project, if you have 100, 150, 200 apartments, those are 200 people who are trusting you either with their life savings or their investments. And that's a huge,
and they're scared.
Huge responsibility. Absolutely. Being transparent is something that we truly believe in. We send out consistent project updates, keep our clients well informed. And we love to entertain our clients in office. Many times they just come around for a cup of coffee. And although I'm the CEO, I'm also the CVO in my office. And
Which stands for?
Chief Vibe Officer.
Nice. The vibe word.
So we like to make sure that there's a happy vibe going on in office. And clients really enjoy just coming, hanging out, having a cup of coffee. Whenever they bring their children, we always have some gifts.
Nice. That's so cute.
If some small cars or a doll or something, just to keep the children entertained.
Can I pass by your offices as well? I want free gifts as well. That's so cute. But it's super important. And as you said, like, people that don't take themselves seriously, I think, is important. Yeah, sure, you can be serious on your back-to-back meetings, but when it comes to being human, is the most important thing in any business. And if you're not human as a CEO, what do you expect? We're not robots, and there's so many problems in life. Yeah. Why should we focus on those? They'll always be there. We can focus one by one to try solve them. But if our attitude is optimistic and positive during the day, it's the most important thing, I think, for sure. Now tell me, I think a lot of our audience wants to hear a bit about real estate, where to invest, how to invest. Will the prices fall? Will the prices rise? And whenever I speak to any sort of expert that's in the developers world or the real estate world, I ask them these questions. What sort of, let's say, future do you see, near future, when it comes to real estate, when it comes to prices? Shall we prepare for buying? Shall we wait a little bit? What's your take on that, if you're allowed to mention it?
I feel we're living in the city of dreams. If you see the trajectory of Dubai of every decade, you can pick it from the 70s, 80s, or any year in between, and just see how the city has evolved, and even the country, how it's evolved in every decade. It's astonishing. Harvard can do a big case study on it as well. The way the city evolves and the kind of developments that we see coming up, I feel there's so much more room for the city to grow and to accommodate more people. People often complain about traffic these days, but if you go out and see, there's immense work going on for infrastructure works, and
traffic exists everywhere, though. Like, tell me a city without traffic, honestly. Like, there's always going to be traffic.
That is true. Yeah. That's true. But if you see how they're expanding their networks to make sure that they are getting ready for even more influx of people, I think we're in a very strong market segment today. And
but more people means more demand, meaning the supply has to rise as well.
Absolutely. I think there's still a lot of room for the prices to grow.
By ASAP.
Some people are worried about the problem with real estate is you're not dealing in stock market where you buy today and sell tomorrow. And we've seen those times come in Dubai as well, where you buy today and you sell a week or a month from now.
With the off-plan especially, whenever I look at apartments, there's already been 3 owners for an apartment that doesn't even exist yet. It's crazy.
So there's a lot of regulations in place to make sure that the market's in control. But at the same time, there's just immense demand. Leave everything aside, just by sheer people on the road, that we're short of apartments, we're short of villas. Prices are increasing not on a whim. They're increasing because the demand is there. Investors cannot drive real demand in a market to an extent where you see price appreciation to this point. We have genuine end user clients looking to buy apartments. More than that, we have a lot of people now, especially after COVID, especially after Expo, the way they handled the whole country and dealt with every aspect of human beings, healthcare, hospitality, making sure people are well taken care of. You didn't have to get out of your car to do a test. I mean, these are really pillars that added to the whole glamour of Dubai.
Dubai spoils us.
Dubai spoils us. You don't get a city like this anywhere in the world.
Every time I go back to Europe, I come back in a bad mood. I'm just like, I can't wait to be back, like kissing the floor of the airport.
Absolutely.
I swear. And the energy is beautiful here as well. The thing that you said before as well about ambition and about it's healthy competition. It's good busy.
It's good busy. It's great busy.
Yeah.
It's great busy. You get to learn new things every day, and you get to learn, and the best part is you can implement it immediately. There's no bureaucracy here. You don't have to go through any painstaking process to get your vision to life.
Especially at a younger age, when you compare yourself, let's say, to people that did stay abroad and didn't come here.
Yeah.
You see such a difference a couple of years later. It's insane.
Absolutely.
It's insane.
Absolutely.
So tell me, where can we see you next? What are some sort of projects you're excited about? Is there anything you can reveal for us?
I definitely want to add to that question, where I feel people are so busy thinking, what 5 years from now, what 10 years from now. I feel nobody concentrates on today. And I like to believe we're adding one brick at a time to my legacy in the current living moment every day. Would you like to develop Arjan more, or would you like to leave the location? Absolutely. We've developed a couple of projects there, and it's been a fantastic area to work in, and people really appreciate our work. Right. And so you might definitely see something coming up in Arjan and Wasselgate. I got it, guys. The exclusive is here. ... But tell me, is it difficult to buy land in Dubai? How does the process work? I mean, it's as easy as buying an apartment. So you go through your own buying. And absolutely. It's not a difficult... Risk management. That is so important. I mean, we bought our land in Wasselgate about 2.5 years ago. And everybody came... Wassel is nice. Everybody came behind me. What are you doing? Why aren't you developing another project in Arjan? How come you're going so far out? And today, even the land prices there have appreciated more than 100%.
Because we're moving into the
Exactly.
desert slowly.
You're moving into the
Where else do
desert.
we go?
You're bang on Sheikh Zayed Road. You know,
Exactly.
there's a big cultural hub. You have temples, you have mosques, you have churches all around the place. Metro station is less than 200 meters away from our upcoming development. So I think these aspects play such a critical role in being a comfortable space for a client. These are the few things that having a metro station next to a building, a client, even if they don't use it themselves, they know the people coming to service their house, they will definitely be using. So it turns out to be a huge boon.
Okay. Now, I'm going to give you 3 locations, and I want you to tell me your opinion on those 3 locations. Ras Al Khaimah, what do you think is going to take place there?
Ras Al Khaimah, I think, is such a aggressive location, and it's been performing fantastically well.
There's something sexy about it.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And that's the beauty about Dubai, right? That's the beauty about this country, you know. Maybe 10 years ago, Ras Al Khaimah was not even on people's minds remotely.
Ras Al Khaimah?
Exactly.
What?
Right? So that's going back to my point. Vision, paper, execution. It's 10 years ago, nobody would have thought that we're getting a casino here. Ras Al Khaimah is going to get developed to the extent that it's getting developed at. They've set up huge shorelines. You have extensive kilometers of beach.
Well. Cool.
So
Dubai Islands.
Dubai Island, I love that location. There, I feel, is very densely populated. So kudos to them for launching the space. I think
And it's the last,
definitely,
island that's going to be
exactly.
built.
And it's definitely going to ease the livability in that area. So I feel it's a fantastic location. We might have something coming up there.
Really? Another exclusive, guys. Last one, and I'm really interested in this one, and that's Palm Jebel Ali.
Palm Jebel Ali, I think, is a fantastic location. Absolutely.
But what are we going to do with all the industrial area that's there?
If you see...
It cannot be the new Palm Jumeirah.
I feel it's going to be bigger.
Seriously?
It's going to be bigger than the Palm Jumeirah. So if you see how JBR, Marina were developed, or Palm Jumeirah was developed, there was nothing. I've gone to JBR and it was just the beach when I came to Dubai. I remember I remember those times, and there was nothing around. But today you cannot even imagine that these areas were just sand. So I think that's going to be replicated in a much bigger fashion at Palm Jebel Ali.
Okay,
it's a very interesting, promising area.
Because I was always wondering, why would I live somewhere where there's industrial area and so much pollution and stuff? But again, if that is removed or placed deeper into the desert, and we can have
Dubai Canal cut straight through Sheikh Zayed Road, and when it cut all the way through Sheikh Zayed Road, there was industries there were roads there, and today it doesn't seem like it looks like maybe the canal was always there in Dubai. So I think if you give these developments a little bit of time, you're truly gonna see the areas blossom in a way that is beyond our comprehension.
No, beautiful. Thank you for your insights on the locations. I'm always just interested, in finding out and picking your brains a bit. But I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about your leadership, because obviously it's not easy to lead a company. There's different opinions on our CEOs, where they came from, what they are, who they want to be. But obviously getting into your head and picking your brains on what it means to lead, what it means to lead well, what it means to be a good leader rather than just, somebody that gives orders. What sort of style would you say you have in leadership, and has it, let's say, changed over time? Is there something new that you learn eventually on a yearly basis as you grow as well?
Over the course of my life, if there's one thing that I've consistently picked up on, is the things that I don't want to do. And I have been so grateful in having seen those elements over and over again. In any organization, the leadership, the culture, I think it flows top down and not bottom up. If you bring 100% of yourself, 100% dedication, if you're creating the vibe, your people are looking up to you. They're aspiring and they're trying to learn from you. So it's really important to bring dedication, hard work, good vibe, love, all these elements wearing on your sleeve, so everybody feels a part of a family.
Would you say that you're the same person at work as you're at home?
Absolutely, and that I feel is such a crucial factor. I'm a bit strict at work. Can't be a bit strict at home.
Right.
Only because to make sure that we're meeting deadlines. But apart from that, you have to bring 100% of yourself at work and be true to yourself. That is such an important aspect. People usually they
Wear
have
a mask
different
at work,
exactly they have
it's
different
impossible.
facets.
How?
No, exactly. You want I truly believe in order to flourish in every moment or situation, you have to be yourself. You can't not be yourself and think about flourishing or even helping somebody else flourish, right?
100%.
With an ever-growing team, you want to keep empowering your team members. You want them to be doers and not just followers. And that is such a core aspect to growing a company to new heights, right?
100%.
Empowering your people, I think, is also an aspect that I feel is forgotten these days, right?
Very much.
So I truly enjoy empowering every single, it can be a beginning or entry-level employee or somebody at the top management. I feel,
And you speak to everyone openly, right?
absolutely every single member is handpicked by me, even the office cleaners or my chauffeurs or anything.
How big is your company now?
We have 15 people.
Okay.
And we've achieved whatever we've achieved.
That's incredible.
And what we're doing today with a set of 15 people, and I'm truly excited to see when this grows to 150 people, what are we gonna
That's incredible.
do at that stage?
Because eventually after that you handpick also your stakeholders and your
Absolutely.
consultants and everyone else, but
Absolutely.
your own team, you keep it tight.
Absolutely.
That's a good way of
Absolutely.
doing things.
Yeah.
Tell me, what does success mean to you?
Spending time with your family at
I always want my male guests to respond and not talk about work. You're one in like 1,000.
really?
You're going to be shocked.
Wow. Checks and balances are not something that, excite me. It's, of course, we want to make sure that our projects are doing well and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm not a very hard and fast work 24/7. No, you're doing it for your family or yourself. And I truly believe in spending quality and quantity time with your family,
Of course.
right? Because those are the moments that you cannot buy those
Anything
moments
that
back.
matters. You can't. Do you have kids?
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
All right.
Not yet.
Imagine when you have kids.
Wow, I'm excited.
You're going to be like, okay, guys, that's it. I've constructed enough.
Absolutely, just that thought. If I would be lying if that thought doesn't run through my head a lot of times. When I do have kids, I feel I'm going to become a house husband and spend a lot of time at home.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited and can't wait for that journey of my life to begin.
So success definitely doesn't equal money.
Absolutely not, right?
Right. The amount of times I interview people and we speak about happiness quite often, and I love to ask my guests, like, are you happy? Are you content with your life? And the amount of times you just feel that the person has everything and they're super successful and they have the money, but they're not happy. And it's crazy how that line between our materialistic happiness and our inner happiness is just so thin. And how people just pass through it, especially in Dubai where, money runs it, and our healthy, let's say, ambition here is very much also connected to the cash that we're earning and the no tax zone, et cetera, et cetera. So it's incredible that you think this way, and it's honestly, you should be very proud of yourself, because a lot of the times, many of my guests, they've already crossed that line. And it's sad to see. It's very sad to see.
I feel aspiration and being content are two very different things. People are not content and they're aspiring for more, right? I feel if you're content with what you have and happy with what you have, and you can aspire for the whole world, that's fine. But if you're not happy within yourself, I feel that cannot flow into your work. I feel being in flow is absolutely important for me. And these are the certain pillars that keep me in flow, right?
Do you meditate?
Of course.
Nice.
So that's funny you asked that question. We've inculcated that within our office. So everybody starts their day together with a
No way.
5-10 minute meditation.
That's beautiful.
Just to begin the day and just to feel connected to something bigger than ourselves.
Guys, call up our CEO. Let him know. We meditate 15 minutes every morning. Imagine the BNC publishing meditation sessions. Beautiful. No, but that's incredible.
Sometimes
it was your idea, obviously, since day one that you wanted
sometimes during the day, team members come and they be like, okay, we meditated in the morning and we feel like doing a Zumba session for 10 minutes. So everybody's just letting it loose in office, cranking up the volume, dancing. So that is what truly makes Sunrise what it is today.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like you have the right name for the company as well.
Absolutely.
It's Sunrising. Now tell me one more thing. What sort of pieces of advice, let's say, you would give? You can either look at this question through two different ways. I can either ask it in a way that what would you tell a younger version of yourself when you were, let's say, a young little boy, or what sort of advice you would give to younger generations, that are at that age and potentially want to open up something on their own or live life to the fullest and be happy in life. Like, what would be that main piece of advice you would have either given yourself or give it to the younger boys and girls out there today?
Keep your intentions clean and be dedicated. Everything works out in the end. Everything works out in the end. You cannot be worried about what I'm going to do 10 years from today because you don't know what opportunities the universe is going to present to you. If you asked me 10 years ago what my biggest aspiration or my biggest goal was when we were developing our first project, at that point in time, I was so heads on into making sure just that my first development does well and people appreciate what we're building, that I was fully dedicated to that cause, not considering or not concentrating or bothered about what I'm going to do 10 years from today. And we delivered our first project in 2021. So from 2021, 4 years apart, I couldn't have imagined what we're doing today. Just being dedicated to what
It wasn't
you're
in the
doing.
vision, really?
Being the best developer was in the vision, but developing a 500,000 square feet development with a team of 15 people. Of the 15 people, we've added 8 people very recently in the last year. So we did our first 2 developments with a very, very small team, and we made sure that the clients are happy, they're taken care of. Every client almost knows me personally, and did the handovers for a lot of the clients, made sure, heard their complaints myself, addressed it myself. That's what truly gives me joy.
And we need it because at the end of the day, it's such a big sum of money that we're giving onto apartments or in general our home. And we're treated as if we're going to a supermarket and buying. And it shouldn't be like that.
Absolutely not.
But a lot of developers just don't put effort into that part because they only care about, okay, sales is done, yalla.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, now I have a little game show for you.
Sure.
I usually do this at the end of my interviews with my guests. You have to pick a card and then answer the question. You can pick 2-3 cards.
2-3 cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might have gone over some of the
with
questions
the third.
already, so in case it's a repeated question, we can just get a new one.
What's your personal founder mantra? Personal founder mantra. Again, believe,
Believe, right?
believe in yourself. And that is so important.
And I think the good intentions is also a very important thing that
Absolutely. You know, your behavior is good, but your intent is not clean. It's
Karma exists.
Karma exists in such a big way. In such a big way. So
For sure.
your intention and your actions both need to be aligned for you to be in a certain sense of flow. I thought I'd come all prepared and etc. But I don't think I've said a single word of what I thought I'd say because it is so.
I just talking about meditation. All right, I have one that I want to ask you, and that's how do you make decisions when you don't have all the answers?
Wow.
And don't say ask ChatGPT or something.
Absolutely not. Depends what the decision is, and I think people really have stopped listening to their gut. And if you're connected, your gut can
feel it.
truly, you feel it, it can talk to you. So when something feels right, and it must be truly right for you. So I think go with your gut instinct is a very important factor that comes out in my work a lot of times. Like I was talking to you about my first development, the lobby, and everybody was saying, why such a big lobby? No, but my gut was just telling me, no, you have to do it, you have to do it, you have to do it. And I said,
It was a good selling point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whenever a client walks into our building, they're like, wow. They feel like they have entered their home when they enter the reception. And to be able to evoke that feeling in people is, when you think about how you're going to do it, is so difficult.
Of course.
But when you execute it and they are feeling a lot more than you even imagined they would, that's what success is at work, right?
And you know, like the three things that I always thought about, like what would be important to me as a buyer. Obviously, lobby is the first one, because we literally, when we enter the lobby, we see how the whole building is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's so many lobbies, especially like in older areas in Dubai, that are just so claustrophobic in a way.
Exactly.
And it immediately gives you like a different effect. And the second thing is, how does my door look like?
Absolutely.
And the third thing is the smell that I smell when I enter a building. I think those would be the top three things. And if I see that a developer focuses on those three things, then they're the one.
I would definitely love to have you in any of our projects to experience.
Inshallah. We can do a walkthrough on your projects. I think that would be great.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
You never know. Maybe I end up living in Arjan. Now, one more question. What's the hardest decision you've made as an entrepreneur?
Learning to say no. I think that's a really difficult one.
Because there's a solution to everything.
There's a solution to everything. There are ample opportunities that people get distracted by. You want to do 10 developments at the same time, and you're not even giving 10% of your time to any single development. So I feel just learning and having the courage to say no to, there are opportunities where you can probably make more money than just doing one development, but being concentrated, making sure you do the one thing that you're doing with perfection is such an important aspect to me personally, that I love doing what I do. I love doing it the way I do it, and I hope I can keep doing it in the same fashion that I have.
Of course. No, as long as you're aligned with yourself, as you said, and listening to your gut. But I did want to ask you, when you said listening to your gut, is there some people that you do trust and that you do talk to when it comes to, you being indecisive? Like, I don't know, maybe your wife, or let's say a friend.
Absolutely, no.
It's important to talk it out as well, right?
Absolutely. There are some aspects that you don't have everything figured out at work. So we take opinions. I take opinions of my wife, my father. I have some really wonderful mentors, and I definitely involve them in my decision making, because they have already gone through a big chunk of the journey of the things that I might have not figured out yet. So I take everybody's different opinions, and in the end I end up doing what feels right.
Right.
So it's not about following somebody's orders or following somebody's pre-made decision of what they already did in their experience, but it's more about understanding what everybody is telling you and what is the best for you and for your client. Having a client mindset is so important in this field. And
oh my God, yes.
Listening to your clients. If you go and see how our second development came about, all the feedback that we got from the first development, every single one of them, about 95%, was implemented on the second project. So that's how much we love listening to our clients.
I would really love and go check them out, honestly. I really want to go see them. Any sort of final messages for our interview today that you would like to send out to the world?
Invest in sunrise.
Beautiful. Love it. So guys, and that is it from today's interview. What a pleasure speaking to you.
Same here.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
I wish to interview, honestly, more individuals and CEOs that are as aligned as you are in so many ways, and believe that success is about quality time with the family. I think that was the highlight of the interview today, that you've said it, and the fact that, you know, when you look through CVs, you see the vibe of the person rather than what it says on a sheet of paper, and that's so important. And you are very rare, so thank you so much for
Thank you so much. Really
sharing.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that was it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and to many more visionaries powered by Publsh. See you very soon.